Well, hello there. It is Thursday, December 22nd, 2022, and it's a very special day today because it is the birthday of Gina Morgino. Bong, bong, bong. That's right. That's right. It is a very special birthday pod. And we are here. Happy birthday, Gina. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, our pod queen. I didn't have
Yeah.
that prepared. Happy birthday, our.
I liked it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was perfect.
You're
It was
welcome.
perfect.
You're welcome. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, we are here celebrating this birthday, but we are also here to discuss episode 11 of the Challenge 38 Ride or Dies. And we got another good episode, guys. And I'm really pumped to get into it. So
I can't
let's
wait.
do it.
Wow.
All right. Once again, we are here to discuss episode 11 of the Challenge 38 Ride or Dies. My name is John Dunphy. I'm joined, as always, by my Ride or Dies, Mr. Kyle Petty, and birthday girl Gina Morgino. If you want to find us on the socials, you can do so at StratChatPod. Look for us on places like Twitter and Instagram, or you can head over to our website. Yeah, all the places. We're in all the places, really. And you can also head over to our website. Our website, which Kyle Petty worked very hard on and created for us, is www.stratchatpod.com. All right. Let's get into this. This, I gotta tell you, it's a really special night. A lot of special things are going on. It's our Christmas week pod. It's Gina's birthday. We had the return of trivia, and I got some special things planned for Kyle. So yeah. Really, it's just one special thing. It's just one special thing that I think you'll really like.
Oh, wow.
But before we get there, let's just refresh and remind ourselves where we were. So when we opened this episode, the challengers were just returning back to the house after we saw Kenny eliminated, but not sent home. Which, it's exciting, it's interesting, but there is a part of me that feels like these eliminations aren't really that exciting because nobody's really going.
Nothing matters.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, and I feel like I may not feel that way if you told me what the rest of the twist was. Like, how is this going to play out going forward? Like, you're not giving me anything to be excited about. So
right, it's just you might still win. End of story. And it's like, I don't know what that means.
You took the excitement out of the elimination, but you're not making me excited for their return because I don't understand how it's happening. So it's I don't want to say that the twist is a flop, but I feel like the communication has flopped. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is
that.
for me.
And it's a fair point, it's a very fair point.
Thanks.
Yes,
a lot.
indeed. So a couple little things that I pointed out before we got to the daily challenge was just Nelson continuing to be pissed about not being included in this vote, which we touched on a little bit in the last podcast. But I do feel like that sort of theme comes up multiple times throughout here, and I made a couple other points about it. So I just wanted to mention it briefly. I know. I agree.
Who cares? That's why you have an individual vote. Just do what you're doing. I thought this was a little ridiculous.
It's not like this is the kind of game where your team could vote you out. You're not really screwing yourself by going against your team.
Right. There's no repercussions to this. So why? I don't understand this. Why do you want to be aligned?
Yeah.
And what would you have done? Is that because you didn't want Nerys to be the vote?
Right.
And because I mean, maybe you could.
Well, that's what's weird about it too, is that it was a guy's elimination.
Right.
Last time.
That wasn't. We weren't even there yet. Right. I just watched it again. And it's like, yeah, no.
Right. So I don't know. The whole thing is weird, but I am probably going to mention it another once or twice tonight because it just continued to come up. And there are other things around it. Yeah. Other things around it that I want to ask you guys about as we get into it. So,
can't wait.
But that was really all I had for like pre-daily challenge. Do you guys have any other thoughts before we get into it?
No, except that I think that also in the beginning of the episode, there was also a little bit more of a focus on the whole Fessy and Mariah thing. Is that when that came up or was that later? Where like the whole
this did happen here also.
Yeah, did Fessy like kind of burn her in a way and blah 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 blah.
I actually did jot a note down about this now that I'm looking back because Bananas actually he made a comment. He was talking to Fessy about how Mariah's team, they were all down after the elimination and losing the first daily challenge as a team. And Bananas in a confessional sort of said like, it seems like, Mariah maybe kind of got manipulated a little bit by Fessy in picking these teams. And we talked about this last week, how we didn't agree with this.
No, I still don't.
So do you think that this is just Bananas kind of feeling like he's got to stick up for what has become like a showmance for him on this season in Mariah?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is, right?
We just want to like be on Mariah's side, which is like fine, but like Bananas, you especially like, and like this is my guy and everything, but like that if this was you would have done exactly the same thing. It's not like you're gonna set your other person up to make sure they're set up for success. Like that doesn't make any sense. It's a gift. Like I don't know. This is ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
There's more to the Fessy Mariah relationship that I would love to discuss. That comes up in the challenge, so I'll stay in my lane.
I think I know what you're referring to. We're gonna that'll be good. That'll be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Okay,
I'm gonna wait.
So let's get into the daily challenge, which was if you watched the challenge Australia like we did, this would be a familiar competition to you.
Yeah,
this was called Spin Class. Yeah, Spin Class, a trivia challenge. It was played a little bit differently in Australia. So there they only had one wheel. They were down to a lot less people. So in our version here on Challenge 38 Ride or Dies, you ready, Kyle? We had two wheels, two large wheels. Each team, Fessy's team, which in this competition was the orange team, and Mariah's team, which in this competition was the green team, they were each strapped to their own wheels. Okay. And TJ would spin each wheel one at a time. Whoever it landed on would now have to answer a question. If they got the question right, that was a point for their team. If they got the question wrong, their team would then have to spin on this wheel for an additional 30 seconds.
You were so stupid.
I don't know if it was just me, but it did seem like they were spinning a little faster in this one.
Uh-huh.
What, than in Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah. And good. Because this is kind of lame-o.
Right, it was that, and then it also, like, for whatever reason, in this one felt so much more gimmicky than it did in Australia. You know what I mean? I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, this felt like super lame and very, very silly and like
cheesy, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. Boo.
So
I'm not really a big fan of trivia night anyway.
Right.
You know this trivia is not my fave. So,
and I had a question for you about that actually that I've been thinking about all day. What is one of the things that you really don't like about trivia and TJ? I feel like there's something that you've mentioned before many times that you feel is like sort of manufactured.
Yeah, okay. I'm very You're making me really nervous because you're leading me down a path here.
I know. I don't know what's coming.
Right. I'm nervous. But I'm going to walk down it. Because I stand strong on my convictions now. All right. So I don't like it because I do feel like TJ is always about the business, right? He's very serious. He's very whatever. And I feel like his love of this trivia is in a way to make him look very jovial and very fun. And I feel like this laugh of his is very manufactured. And I feel like I'm not saying that the man does not enjoy trivia. Like, I don't know anything about him. All right. So, Mr. TJ, I'm sorry. I'm sure trivia really is your favorite, but I do feel like you are yucking it up. All right. You're yucking it up. And that's it. That's it.
All right.
That's it. You know,
this really
Oh,
it's
no.
gone perfectly, because in this episode we got a real nice montage here. It garnered its own segment.
oh no.
And Amber made a comment about his laugh also on this episode. Let's just take a look at this brief
Ah,
clip that I
oh.
prepared.
TJ's laugh is like evil. TJ's laugh is always evil, especially on trivia, and it echoes. It just goes on and on and on, and you just keep hearing it.
That's so good.
Now, to me, that seemed very genuine. All of that.
Oh my
It does. It makes me cringe. It makes me so uncomfortable. Like, I'm sorry. I just
Oh
think
my
it's so
God.
phony.
It's so funny that you put that in here, because I literally thought of Kyle the entire segment on the show. I was like, I just know Kyle wants to jump off a bridge right now.
Well, like, what do you think? Do you think that laugh is real?
I don't know.
I think it's potentially the most tickled TJ can ever be. So we have to ham it up. Like,
Sure.
because I just don't think he's a man who laughs, and I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just like he's just not a
Man who
man who's
laughs.
just like he doesn't have. That's just not the personality he is. Like, but I'm also I also don't think he needs to be. I like him the way I think he is, without all
Sure.
this silliness.
Oh man,
No, I'm sorry.
Well-
I think it's phony.
I have been looking forward to doing that exact thing that we just did for the last 25 hours. I've been waiting. So,
That's it.
yeah.
Well, I'm
So
glad
that
I could
was-
live up to your expectations, or disappoint you as such.
Oh my
However that
God.
swings.
I really loved it. But all right. So we got into this daily challenge. And I was very excited right off the bat, because the very first question was Star Wars related, which, we know that I love Star Wars. It was,
Yeah.
who is
Star Wars
C-3PO's robot ride or die?
I
Which is,
cannot-
of course,
did not get this right.
I know, R2-D2.
You didn't, Kyle?
No, I got it right. I said
Oh,
I
I
couldn't
thought you
believe
said you
she
did-
didn't get.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't get it right. I was like, oh my.
No. Like, she knows the Star Wars. Like, don't try me. Like,
There were a lot of
yeah.
questions in here that I was like, y'all must be throwing this competition. There's no way you got this wrong.
Some of these were.
These people are really
I was like, there's no way you guys are that dumb.
so embarrassing, honestly.
Did any of these questions stick out to you? Like, I couldn't believe that Chauncey didn't know Venus and Serena Williams as that like the most prolific
It was
sister
It
athletes.
It was
worst.
Casey not knowing
Yeah.
Adam and Eve.
That was
I was like, wait a
by far
minute.
the worst. That was by far. She's like, I don't know, Eden, and I'm like, are you? What is this? I was like, are you? Even Nani was just like,
What? I was like,
Really?
wait a minute.
Like, come on, like that was really bad. That was so bad. But I felt more offensive than that was the fact that we were trying to act like Nelson deserved all these props for knowing who Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen were.
Right.
And like there was one other thing, like, oh, he's unstoppable. Anisha said,
It's the
unstoppable.
Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream
So
brand.
the man eats ice cream and he watches Full House.
And that's it. Like, I
That
was
just
like,
sounds
I'm
like a
sorry,
very
like,
depressed Friday night. Are
we
you
still
kidding
got-
me?
we still got like a lot of people answering obvious questions wrong, but I was like, these questions are infinitely easier than the questions that they asked them on the Challenge Australia.
Yes. So
Yeah.
and then we want to talk about Trivia King, they said. And they had the nerve to superimpose a crown emoji over Nelson's head. I mean, I did chuckle, but I'm not laughing with you now.
Now, what made me laugh a bit was
You tell me.
Jordan not knowing how to spell his ride or die, Anissa's last name. And the reason, though, that it made me laugh was because I was like, oh, well, that makes sense because they're not actually ride or dies.
Right.
Right. Which.
Wait, no,
thank
I'm
you
sorry. I'll
for
be right
that
back. I'm sorry.
beautiful- She'll be right back. Wow. Which is a
Ooh.
beautiful segue into my next thing. Okay. This is where I wanted to go.
Mm.
Mariah, not knowing what month Fessy was born in, I thought was ridiculous. But then the biggest shock of the night came directly after, when the question was, Fessel,
Vessel.
how many siblings does Mariah have? And my guy said 3. And Mariah said, oh, no. 6. It's not like she said 4 or 2. My girl said twice that amount, sir. And all right, so then I tweeted. Are you ready for this? Did you follow some of my tweets from last night? Anybody? No, because y'all didn't interact. Nothing. Y'all better say no. I missed it. Y'all must have missed it. The algorithm did y'all wrong, right? Okay. So that's why y'all missed it. Like, so I said, who is Mariah to Fessy anyway? Like, what qualifies them as ride or dies? And somebody responded to me and said, Fessy met Mariah at a gym in Florida, and MTV likes him so much they didn't care, and they let it.
Oh my God.
And I said, you know what? That sounds so ridiculous, but I believe it.
Right.
I believe it because it's as ridiculous as Anissa and Jordan. That's right.
God, and that's so Fessy too. That's such like a Fessy thing.
And it also makes perfect sense because how could you not know the month
Right.
that your ride or die was born in? I can understand you may not know the number. Of course, like that's crazy. We have so many birthdays. We have so many different dates. We have to. You don't know the month because we all basically know each other's star signs. You know, like I mean, come on. You don't know the month.
Oh yeah.
And then the siblings thing. If this was your ride or die, you would at least know how many people are like in the house. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there are people in my life whose siblings I've never met, but I know what they look like. I know who they are. I can count, you know what I mean? Like
right.
I would at least guess within one.
right. Well, I did think it was funny. I did also think it was funny though, like that he was so far off, like not even close.
That's what I'm saying. Double.
But like what was funny was that she couldn't, like, she made a comment too, like, oh, I guess my ride or die doesn't know me as well as I thought. And I'm like, but you also didn't know even the month that he was born.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Why is Mariah getting such a friendly edit? You know, because she was wrong. That whole take with her in that interrogation was wrong and slanted. And now this thing is like, oh, I guess Fessy just sucks. You don't know me. Well, you didn't even know what month.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
I do like Mariah though. If that is how they actually met in some like random gym, and that's the reason that she's here, like I'm glad still that she is here because like I've liked her on the show for the most part, you know.
I mean, I guess. I mean, can you tell me what it is that you like about her?
I just feel like she's pretty good. Her and Fessy they won some competitions.
Oh, so you like her competitively? Because socially, I think she's a flop.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we haven't really gotten to see much of that side either, though, because now she's like actually on her own. Whereas before it was just Fessy and Mariah and Fessy. This is what they're doing. You know what I mean? Where now it's like, because it's got to be an interesting like situation to be in, to be the one rookie in there that's got the amount of power that like Mariah had. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a Nerese playing on her own or Olivia playing on her own, which like we're seeing them do sort of now, like being separated by their ride or dies and try to like still maneuver through the game. But like Mariah had more power through this win that they got in this mini final when they got to pick these teams. Like that's a big thing from going like rookie bottom of the the totem pole in the house to now being like one of these team captains that's got to make all these decisions. It's been I don't know. It's been interesting to watch.
No, you're right. Okay. I don't know.
I hear you though.
I just feel like she's getting an edit that like she doesn't quite like deserve. Like everything is like in her favor. Because I still don't think that Fessy did anything wrong. By picking the team that he did, and they're all making it sound like he's the asshole, and it's like, but you wouldn't have painted it that way if it was somebody else. Like you're just doing that because it's him. And unfortunately, this makes me sound like I'm such a big Fessy fan, but like, I'm not.
It's okay, it's okay if you are.
No.
It's all right.
But I'm not. But you're gonna push me on that side of the fence because, like, I feel like you keep doing him dirty, so I'm gonna keep like championing. He's gonna start becoming an underdog. That's what you're gonna do to me here. You're gonna make me think that he's a loser. Move on.
He's all right. I will say that I have enjoyed Fessy on this season more than any of the previous seasons I've seen of him, either on the Challenge or Big Brother or whatever. I've come around on him more at this point than because even the last season he was on, right, when he got into the fight with Josh, like I felt like I couldn't stand him. I feel like he's changed a little bit. I don't know. There's something different about him to me.
I like it. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess hopefully Jean is okay. I don't know. Hopefully she's just doing birthday stuff or something, with her
She's
roommates.
having a time. She's having a time. It's all right. She'll come back when she can.
Yeah. Okay. So in this challenge, by the way, we haven't finished going over that yet. So Fessy's team got off to like a very quick lead. They took a 3-0 lead. It looked like Mariah's team was going to be in big trouble again, but they did come storming back. Reese got a question. A couple of people on their team got some questions right. They actually took the lead at one point from down 3-0 to up 4-3. But Nelson, Trivia King, he got it right for Fessy's team to tie it back up. And then Bananas with a math problem. He got it right.
Yep. Trivia King. How would you slip that in? Yeah,
I gotta get it.
I mean, listen, good for Nelson. I'm happy that he feels good about himself, but like, just relax,
right.
Just relax. I don't want you to get overconfident over things we don't deserve.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. But so with Bananas' last question, he got right. Fessy's team got the win 5-4. That means that Mariah's team is now in danger once again.
Yes.
So, but Fessy's team would have to go back to the house and interrogate all 4 of the women that were on the losing side, which was the side of Mariah's team. I keep getting thrown off because, like, I don't understand why they had to change the colors up. The last week, it was green. It was pink and yellow on that platform, and each team got like a different color. And now this team, one team is this challenge. One team is orange, one is green. It's like, why can't you just pick 2 colors and stick it with them the whole time? Or why can't they just be? Yeah,
just pick one color and just be done.
Yeah, just stick with it. But whatever. Okay, that's not important. What's important is that Fessy's team wins. Mariah's team is in danger.
Silly.
Now we went to club night. I'm going to bring up Nelson again in this vote thing.
Oh, no.
Okay. Because we just saw Nelson having the time of his life, having his best trivia round ever, right? Living it up with his teammates. And we get to club night. And one of the very first things that we see is Devin and Nelson talking. And Nelson saying to Devin, man, I hate this team. Talking about how he'd rather be on a losing team that trusts each other than a winning team that's all fake. And just saying that he hates this team, doesn't feel like they're really a team, that they're a team within a team, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now, it was just it was just interesting to me that we got this out of Nelson at club night here.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous.
Well, let's take a look at how Nelson was acting right before the challenge with his team. Okay, I have another clip here.
Yeah. Ooh, come on, clip.
Right.
Nelson, what's the shape of 5 sides? Big body! I'm not gonna lie, people.
Like, okay, I'm sorry. Is it just me, or is Nelson like the most amped up of anybody on the team there?
Right? Yeah.
But why?
But this is what I don't get, is that we start the episode with him saying he hates this team. Then we see this video of him going ham, just literally having the time of his life with these same people. And then immediately after telling Devin, man, I hate this team.
I hate him.
And I couldn't help but like laugh either, because he's saying this to Devin, who is probably like the worst person to be saying this to, because he's going to run with whatever information you give him. But then also,
like, not only that, like, so many people have mentioned how not trustworthy, particularly this season, Devin is. It's like, why does anybody tell him anything?
right. And I also felt like, if you're Nelson, like Nelson, it's like Nelson, why are you talking to Devin about this? Like, he's on the team that's just lost 2 straight challenges. Another one of his teammates is going home. You're over here complaining that you're on this team that's just been winning every week. Like, I just don't get it. I don't know. I really don't get it either. But all right, whatever. Whatever. That was really all I had for club night. Did you guys have anything else about club night that you wanted to
no
get into?
Not that I could think of. No,
not particularly. No.
Okay. Now it is during this club night though that we actually do start to see specifically Bananas mention Nereese's name as the one potentially being the vote to go straight into the zone. We see Tori talking to Horacio at one point about the same thing. So we started to hear some whispers about what Fessy's team was thinking about doing for the elimination, but I think we pretty much had a feeling that they would try to get, I think, Nerese and Mariah down there, the majority of the team. And we cut actually right after club night to a conversation between Nani, Tori, Anissa, and Casey. They were all talking about like, all right, we have to protect Nani. You know, this is protect Nani at all costs here. And I know one thing that they had brought up was, okay, well, if Nani and Amber B are both down doing the dagger pull, they can protect each other. They can save each other, which seemed like the best option for them there. But oh God, there's so much going on. I the next note that I have, I'm not even going to bring it all up again because it's about Nerese and Jordan and Tori. So, but I can't talk about that anymore. That's why I started laughing. So let's just go into the interrogation.
Literally, like that stuff started happening in the episode, and I was like, "Again, we're doing this again."
I know. Kyle, you all right over there? You have something to say, or you look like you're raring to go?
I don't know. Like, no, I'm not raring to go. But like, this is actually the one time that I would like to discuss the Tori, Nerese, Jordan drama.
All right, what do you got?
Let's get into it.
It was at the forefront of the episodes. I do think we should dive into it. And I do believe that the conversation that Tori had with Nerese was very fair. I have been a naysayer of Tori's throughout this season regarding her behavior towards Jordan and the way reactions and such. But like, I thought this was an honest conversation. I mean, what did you think about it? Like, I feel like she was really being very honest. Say, like, listen, I understand, because she had earlier acknowledged that she didn't think this was something that was out of spite, because she saw something in Jordan in the way that he was speaking to Nerese, and that there was a twinkle in his eye, very, very similar to the way that he used to speak to her. And I don't know that we've been completely fair to Tori in this situation as well. She has not been perfect, right? But they were engaged. This is the first time they have seen each other since the relationship flopped. And now she's looking at this. That's got to be difficult. She did make a comment where she felt like maybe there could be something else going on. And I don't think that she is wrong for maybe thinking that, because, this wasn't weeks in between. Like, we're seeing it. It's only been days. So like, you just get reintroduced to each other after your breakup, and you're play fighting on the floor. That could make you believe that this is not the end of your story. You may not know exactly where it's going, but now watching something like this between him and Nerese could now make you think like, what the hell, what's going on here? That's all.
And Tori, she did say, I think a couple episodes ago, maybe, she was having a conversation with Jordan about how, like, when he first came into the house and they were talking a lot, that they shared a bed together at night. She was naked in bed with him. Like, clearly there was more than just like, we have a really big history, but let's just talk it out now. Like, there was clearly more going on.
Yeah, and I don't know. I thought this was an honest conversation. I kind of thought it was nice. That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
I'm sure it's hard. And because the other thing too is that like Jordan has brought up the fact that Tori hooked up with Fessy, right? After they had split up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know at one point, I think it was Devin that was talking to Jordan, was like, you got to give her a break, man. You got to give her a break, and Jordan brought it up like, well, it seems a little hypocritical when you see like what she's been doing on national TV and blah, blah, blah. And I did have a thought at one point in that too, that I was like, all right, Jordan, I get it. You got pissed about that. Understandable. But this was happening on TV in a house that you were not in. You could always turn the TV off if you want. Like, whereas Tori now has to live in this house every day. Like if she goes into the kitchen to like make something to eat for herself, and Jordan and Nerese just happen to be at the kitchen table eating and making out or something, like this is her house too. It's not like she's watching on a screen far away.
No.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you brought that up, because that is that was the side of this that I stood on. And I was like, you don't get to say all of this stuff because look at what you did. You fucked Fessy and he had to watch that. But yes, you are absolutely right. That is the difference. It wasn't all in the same house. This was a different situation. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm sure that it was difficult. But this is still a little bit different. Yeah. So
okay.
I do apologize to Tori for that. I do apologize.
We love Tori. We love Tori here.
Yeah, justice for Tori Deal.
Hell yeah. Oh, who, by the way, I saw on social media, I think it was her Instagram story. She said that she has the flu or something right now. So,
oh no,
get well, Tori.
Get well soon. Get well soon.
Yeah. It's tough out there right now.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of these interrogations? I thought for the most part they were pretty uneventful. Nobody really said anything.
Yeah.
Lame.
Right. The one thing from Amber's interrogation that just kind of made me perk up a little bit when I heard it was because there was a lot of vets in that interrogation room sitting on the other side of the table as Amber, right? You had the two rookies, obviously, in Olivia, and who's the other rookie on their team? Is I'm blanking on the other rookie on Fessy's team. There's two rookies.
Is it Chauncey?
Chauncey, yes. Oh my God, I should have known that. I'm talking about Amber. But so obviously there's two.
No, never mind.
Yeah. But obviously there's two rookies there, and Olivia and Chauncey. But the rest of the vets in there are people that Amber knows, has played with, and I would put in the category as people that have never given her any sort of respect in the game. And she did make a comment. She said, I just, I want you guys to have my back here. Like, I feel like you've never had my back. And it was just interesting to me to actually get to see her say to these people, like, I feel like you've never had my back. I don't know if that stuck out to you guys at all, or
I still don't get why.
I don't either.
As a viewer, it bothers me. A lot of people say that it's bullying. I'm not really sure that it is bullying. I mean, she won her rookie season. Anyone who has watched the challenge knows that rookies are always the first target to begin with.
Right.
You came in our house and you won your rookie season. You're not even supposed to make it to the halfway point. How dare you take money home? Of course you're a problem. Like, I'm not saying she's not being bullied too, so don't cancel me. I'm just saying that, from a game point of view, if you want to take the emotion out of it, that's not how this game is played. We always get the rookies out first.
Sure, but I feel like, and again, this is also just like me having seen less seasons than you guys, but like I feel like in her previous season, the whole thing was like, oh, Amber can't be trusted. She's so snaky and like all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm just not seeing it. And I don't know where that comes from. That people think that like she's so like seedy and manipulative and you can't trust her and she's a, whatever.
Well, if we're going to remove the emotion from it, just looking at it objectively, we can say these things because she came from Big Brother. That's what we say about all Big Brother players.
But Big Brother players were saying it. Like, I think Fessy was the one who said it.
Right, and I think that's Fessy is also not a good Big Brother player. So right, so we are talking about people who are trying to hop on the I don't like Amber train because we have to have something to hang on to because she won. Like we have to have a reason why we are threatened by this person, and we can't just admit that we're threatened because she's good. So it's got to be that she's doing something wrong, which is bullyish. It's not right.
No.
Right. Why can't you just admit that she's good and you're threatened? Like, why is that such a big pride thing?
Because we're punks.
I also just feel like, it's not like she just won last season. Like we're getting into, she's getting into like somebody that has like a little bit of a challenge career now. Like, yeah, she won her very first season, and that's gotta but that's gotta bother people. I know, but like we're moving on. Is it still gonna be when we get to like her 8th season? Is this still gonna be she gets treated the same way? No. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired of it now.
Because can we spoil? Can we go out of order?
If they're watching this, they watch that.
Right. So obviously, so she won this elimination, right? And after that is when I started to think that this could start to change for her. Because she has proven herself in so many ways. Eventually, the tides are going to shift. People are going to start saying, hey, what if I can't get rid of her? I might as well work with her, right? Isn't there a saying that's like something like that? Oh, if you can't beat them, join them. That's what it is. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. And it was after she won this, and the way that people were talking about her, didn't you feel a shift? It was like, look at her. What are you, Gumby? What are you made of, gummy bears? Like people were being very complimentary to her, outside of what was her circle, which is no one. Chauncey, people were saying good things, and I was like, this could be the beginning of this shifting for her.
I hope so.
What do you think? Is that possible?
I think it could be. I can kind of agree with you that there seemed to be a little shift in tone and how people were talking about Amber post this elimination.
Yeah.
And I hope it changes. And I hope it changes sooner than later because, like I said, I'm tired of that. Like,
I'm not sure we're gonna get it this season. I don't want to. Don't hold your breath. Yeah. Don't hold your breath. When we get to 39, people might come into the game with a different set of whatever. Once things get reset, we've seen this game shift. We've seen this game shift.
I'm just I'm tired of the all right, Amber's a vet and a champ, but we're going to continue to treat her like the rookie that's I really like Amber B. I think she's great. I think she's good on the show, and I hope that things get different for her. I don't think necessarily that things have gotten to the level of bullying, because I feel like, Kyle, we've seen some pretty crazy shit on the challenge in the past.
We've seen some pretty awful stuff. Yeah.
I don't know if any of Amber's stuff rises to that.
No.
But it's definitely like a very clear tone towards Amber of just disrespect and wanting to exclude her. And
what makes it feel bullyish is that because it feels so unwarranted. That's what makes it feel bully. But the behavior has not been I know this is not a word, but as contemptuous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
The air is not filled with the same contempt.
I feel like that's a word. Contemptuous.
I feel like it is too.
Yeah.
But maybe we're all dumb. I don't know.
I don't know, Miss Merriam-Webster. I just don't want to sound like a clown right before Christmas.
Not a clown.
On Gina's birthday.
On Gina's birthday.
Yeah. Can we talk about this elimination? Right. Are we there?
Yes. We yeah, I mean, we're pretty much there, right? We talked about interrogations. They were honestly so boring, though, the interrogations.
Yeah, they were really lame.
Snoozers.
What did you think? Okay, very briefly before we get into the interrogation, we did have some deals happening. Nani did talk to Amber. They said that they were solid, would save each other, but then Mariah approached Nani, and Nani made a deal with her too. And I thought we were setting it up for Nani to pull the safe dagger and now have to choose
Yeah.
between these two people that
Yeah.
she had made deals with.
I thought that too.
I would have thrown the remote. You know how I feel about these daggers?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that this was just them trying to throw us off the scent?
Yeah.
That these dagger pulls are rigged?
I do.
Because I absolutely thought the same thing.
Yes, because the first two were. And this was on purpose. This was a setup. They wanted us to think that Nani was going to pull it, and then she didn't. And they were like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And it's like, no. The first two definitely still were staged. No. You just tried to throw me off. I'm not that stupid. No.
Oh man. Well, we should mention also that once we got to the zone, Fessy's team they chose Nerys by a 5-1 vote. Amber, Mariah, and Nani also each got a vote, but Nerys got 5 votes, which meant that Nerys was going to go into elimination no matter what. Mariah pulls the safe dagger. Amber thought that she was going to save her because they were pretty close, but she had this deal with Nani, and Mariah chose to save Nani. Mm-hmm. So they go back up. Casey's very happy to get Nani back, safe and sound. And I'm so glad that we got this elimination again.
Awesome.
What did you think? Did you have any feelings going in? Amber versus Nerys. I felt like this was a very good matchup.
I had no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I thought this was pretty even.
Yeah.
I thought Amber kind of had the slight advantage just because she is in the most not disrespectful way, just a little larger. But she's in no way big. What I mean?
Yeah.
She just has a different build than Nerys. So I felt like she kind of had the muscle over her. But I still thought that Nerys was fierce enough to possibly take this. So I thought it was pretty even.
Yeah, I had no clue what was going to happen.
Leaning that way. Yeah, this was exciting.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a good matchup, but I did feel like Amber was going to pull it out. I really did.
Yeah.
But so this was Pato Brawl, which again, if you were watching the Challenge Australia, like we were, we saw a very intense matchup in Australia. This is the one where Troy got all bloodied up from Conrad.
Yeah.
So, but for those of our audience that have not seen Pato Brawl, it's really just pole wrestle with a twist. So a pato ball, as TJ explains, is sort of like an ancient Argentinian weapon. It's this ball that has these 6 handles on it, and basically, our two opponents, Amber and Nerys, they would have to match up, go head to head, and try to wrestle this thing away from each other. This was a best of 3, so you had to get 2 points in order to win. This did seem like a good matchup. Nerys put up a pretty good fight, it seemed like, because it seemed like there was a lot of yelling of instructions. You saw Nelson yelling a lot. Yeah, Devin was trying to help Nelson and tell her, tell him to tell her to twist and all that. So it seemed like this went on for a little while. But Amber, she took the first 2 points in the first 2 rounds, and she wins it. Yeah. So Nerys is eliminated, but like Kenny, not sent home.
Not really.
Not sent home.
Twistos twist.
That's right. Because TJ tells us, of course, that in this game, you live and die by your ride or die. So as long as Nelson is in the game, Nerys has some chance to get back in. Again, we did not get any more information about this. All TJ told us was that because Nelson is still in, Nerys has a chance. I think he said an outside chance, actually, of winning the game. So
we'll see. It's hard to be excited because we don't know what it is. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get that you're not telling them anything, but I want to know more information. Tell me. You don't have to tell them. Just tell me. Tell me.
Right. Because they're pretty jazzed because they still think, this is a real elimination. Oh, they're going on. But I know it's not. So give me something to be excited about.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
well,
the audience. Hello.
Yeah. They do drag these things out sometimes. Wasn't the skulls Didn't they like really not tell us what those were until like the very end, or
Yeah.
or am I thinking of the stars in All Stars? They're like, oh, these stars are going to be a lot. They really hold a lot of power. You're really going to want a lot of stars on your shirt. We didn't find anything out until the final, and it was literally like, you have a 2-minute head start.
That's what it was. One puzzle piece for free.
Yeah, it's like, what? Like, we've been trying to get these all season for nothing.
Right. Why the hell did I care? Why did I care?
Because wasn't it like Derek or something had the most stars by the end? He was at.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Disaster. But I feel like some of those twists, like they don't know what they want it to be until they get to the end. I feel like it's undecided. I feel like people are still trying to figure it out. We just want to have a stars twist because it's all stars, and haha, we don't want that person to lose their job. So like, I don't know. We'll figure this out later, and it's like, whatever. Just give it a little head start. Like, thanks for playing, jerk.
Oh God, it's so funny. Well, I did jot down a couple of notes from the next on. Oh my God. So what we saw from there, here's some things we have to look forward to, and that is Mariah's team. They're having some troubles. You know, they're struggling a little bit here. Obviously, they've lost the first two daily challenges that we've seen them compete in, but it seems like they're really they're on the verge of a breakdown from what I saw. It looks like our next daily challenge will involve helicopters and water, and players potentially hanging onto some sort of bar over this water. Maybe that's our next daily challenge, it looks like. And then I also wrote down more Torden drama. Ugh, that's what I wrote down.
Like, what?
Yeah, Torden.
Well, of course, yeah, because that's the whole reason why we're all gathered here, right? That's the whole reason why Jordan is teamed up with Anissa, which is ridiculous. Yeah. Which is why Tori is with Devin, which is also ridiculous. Like, we just needed to get the two of them in the same room, okay?
Right. But I did write here too. I said more Torden drama. Ugh. Like I really wrote ugh.
UGH.
Yes, UGH.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Can we talk about one other thing?
Sure.
Of course.
At the risk of me sounding like a real fucking Fessy fan, but can we just talk about how much Mariah sucks? Like, she's such a lame character. Like,
wow.
She's so
holding back, huh?
Boring. Like,
where was this? Where was this before when I was saying that I liked Mariah? Why didn't this come out then?
I don't know why it didn't come out because I have to tell you, I don't know, she's just so lame. Yeah, I'm like Mariah, and this person said this to me, so I just feel like that's exactly what I'm gonna do because I believe her more than I believe this one. And it's like, what is your deal? I just feel like I don't know.
Well, I don't think Gina was here for.
She's spaced out.
I don't know. I like Mariah. I also don't think that Gina was here.
Why?
I don't know. Well, your boy Bananas sees something in her.
And if I got to meet him, I would say hello, Daddy B / Sir Nanas. What are you doing? What's
Please explain.
Now Gina,
I'm a better
Mariah than Mariah. Now, I don't think that Gina was here before when we were talking about how we had heard that Fessy and Mariah actually met. Did you hear this, Gina?
I was here for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that they met at a gym.
I couldn't remember if you had gotten up.
No, I was here for that. Yeah.
Okay.
But it makes perfect sense. Yeah. But I just don't understand. I don't know. They're trying to force They give me a lot of Mariah. And it's like I don't understand why. We've already established that the daggers are fake, right? So like just stay on your bullshit and just give it to somebody else. Stop giving me Mariah. Like I don't need to
Well,
see
now,
this lifeless.
I mean, now I feel like we kind of have to now because she's like the one of the team captains. It's her team.
I know. What an unfortunate circumstance. And it's I just don't understand why this is
Wow.
happening. Yeah.
Whoa.
Sorry. 'Cause she's just
Next.
I don't know. She's getting such a positive out of it, and she's just like so boring. She's just so boring.
Next week's episode, I'm gonna have so many notes on Mariah. I'm gonna be watching her every single move throughout the episode. I'm gonna watch this episode like 4 times. I'm gonna be so tuned in on everything Mariah next week.
And ironically, like I think I'm not gonna be here next week.
Oh
No,
no.
then that's fine. I'll save it for the next week, and then I'll have 2
all right.
weeks worth to go over with you.
We
Not
could
that
have
I
2
want- not
birthday
that I
streams
want-
in a row,
not
and we're
that I
not
want
gonna.
I know. I don't know that we are. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. You know, there's a lot of things going on. I have family in town. You know,
A
it's
lot of moving
Christmas
parts,
Day.
you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, you know, and I'm basically just a chess piece in everyone else's life. So I'm just waiting to be told what I'm supposed to be doing. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's my birthday, but is it? Yeah.
Are you saying that it's your party and you'll cry if you want to?
Okay.
I won't be crying either way. I love you people.
Gina hated that.
It just, I hated that you were so proud of it. You know.
Who said I was proud? I just
Right? Isn't
I
that
just made a
terrible?
statement.
That's sick. That's a little sick. That's sick. It's not that she hated the pun. Like, can we dial in on that? It's not that she hated the pun. She just didn't like that you were having a good time.
Right. And it once in my mind did I say, "Oh, I'm so proud of this." I just said,
I joke out of love.
My exact thought was, "Wow, I'm an idiot. Wait till I say this." That was my thought when I said it.
She's like, "You're having fun. I just want to pop your balloon."
Oh, aren't you proud?
I do it out of love.
Wow.
Oh man. Very
Listen,
fun.
I gave you a gift on my birthday. All right, I want to hear it.
That is true. That is true.
Can you
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not in my room.
That's okay.
If you see here, Kyle and I were gifted these beautiful ornaments created by Gina herself. Merry Christmas.
That's me.
Love, Gina.
Yeah.
Very nice. This is some of the handiwork that Gina does. So, you know,
So
get your
cool.
order. Yeah,
Cool.
get your orders in today.
Oh,
You can
no.
see her
Oh, wow.
Instagram handle is Gina_Morgino, and her Twitter handle is @GinaMorgina.
There's a lot of information.
Shameless self-promotion.
Sir.
Thank you.
for her business. Do you even have time for these people to contact
Absolutely
you so you can make
There's
I
no
work 2
business.
jobs and still have no money, so no.
well
Maybe
this
this
is you can work from home.
Sweet. I'm here for it.
job 3.
Well, does anybody else have anything for the benefit of the community? Any other thoughts on this episode that we just went over, or
No,
anything that you're looking forward to going forward?
no,
That's all I got.
not regarding the
Okay.
challenge.
Okay.
I would like to put out there that I will be having discussions, with my fellow chatters here regarding a very special episode of Strat Chat regarding the Traitors US coming out Martin Luther King Day weekend. I would love for us to convene on that evening and discuss the entire season. We're supposed to get a 10-episode dump on
Oh,
that.
the whole thing drops on the same day.
That's what I read. If that's the case, it's supposed to be
Interesting.
coming out on the 12th, which I believe it's a lot of information. You heard all that, and my phone was like,
Yeah.
starting up. Yeah, I believe it's supposed to be coming in on the 12th. From what I read, we're supposed to get a 10-episode dump on the 12th. I would love to discuss it on Monday, the 16th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Hmm.
So,
I'm certainly interested.
Just
can make
someone
that
put
work.
that out there. It's going to be on Peacock. All right, The Traitors.
Oh no, I don't got Peacock.
All right,
Wow.
we can get some things set up. We'll get some things. Set up. It
Yeah,
will
we'll
be
figure
on-
things out. We'll figure things
Uh-huh,
out.
uh-huh.
It will be on Peacock. With Rachel Riley of Big Brother fame,
Yeah.
as well as Cody Cali.
Calafiore.
Say his name.
Yeah.
All Stars fame. Well, it will be interesting just to see these people playing a different game but together. So I'm very
It's
excited.
true.
The Traitors.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. And what else do we have coming up? So the next time that we see everybody or talk to everybody, it'll be after the Christmas holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Monday, the day after Christmas, the 26th. We don't have anything going on that day, do we?
Survivor's over.
No.
That's right. Oh my goodness. That's
I'll be
what a
Jones
weird
Beach. I'm going to Jones
what a weird
Beach
feel.
that night.
Oh wow, Jones Beach. Oh, for the light show?
Yeah, I'm going to the light show. Yeah.
Oh,
Very
cute.
nice. Okay.
Matthew.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. Very nice. Very fun. So this coming Monday, for the first time in a while, we will not be with you because we're not covering it. Yeah, we're not covering anything on Monday nights right now. So we will be back next Thursday. Kyle is TBD though, right? It's Kyle's birthday. So tonight is Gina's birthday. Next Thursday is Kyle's birthday. So you're TBD. Gina, you down?
Yes.
Me and you, we're talking challenge episode 12.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully Kyle, well, I say hopefully Kyle will be with us just because, of course, it would be amazing to see you. But if you're not here, it probably means that you're having an amazing birthday. So
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
All right, so let's wrap this baby up, huh? We're Strat Chat. If you want to find us on the socials, you can do so at Strat Chat Pod, or head over to our website, www.stratchatpod.com. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.